There is nothing the USA would want more than a cause, real or not, to invade Venezuela and get its hands on the rich oil, gas, and precious minerals that are abundant there. I always like to make the point, and you see this a lot in well-meaning, sometimes leftist organizations, a lot of peace organizations. They like to claim, many of them like to claim that these wars are just about oil and it's just about stealing oil. It is far deeper than that. And I don't know why they just want to see that kind of surface level, it's just about oil thing. Yes, we love to steal the oil. We have stolen oil all over the world. We are currently stealing oil in Syria right now. But the real reason is not to steal the oil. The U.S. did not get involved with Syria and is not holding down Syria right now to steal oil. The U.S. is not even stealing enough oil from Syria for it to be that big a deal. They are stealing oil, but the real reason the U.S. has the oil in Syria is because they don't want Syria to have the oil and the profits from the oil to rebuild. And why did the U.S. initially destroy Syria, making it so that 94% of all Syrians are below the poverty line, not to mention just all the death and destruction that has happened over the past decade? Well, the real reason is because Syria was one of the powerful entities, powerful nations, I mean, even minimally powerful, that went outside the petrodollar. That was a threat to the petro system and a threat to the U.S.-Israel empire. So that's the real reason. Now, they have more, it's more significant if a country with oil goes outside the petrodollar. If a country without oil goes outside the petrodollar, it's far less significant. So that is why there's often a correlation there. But the reason the U.S. is holding on to the oil right now in Syria is not because the U.S. wants the fairly small amount of oil they've stolen from Syria. It's because they want to stop Syria from having the profits of that oil and keep them down. And in fact, there's a clip of our Pentagon saying exactly that. So yes, the U.S. and ExxonMobil would love to steal the oil that is, in Guyana and those territories in between Guyana and Venezuela. But that's not the real reason. The real reason is the U.S. empire is against anything that is socialist, anything that is anti-capitalist, even slightly. They're against the threat of the good example. They're against the fact that Venezuelans have free health care. They're against the fact that Venezuelans, for the most part, have free education. And, this threat of a good example, it ruins everything that Americans are supposed to believe. We're supposed to believe we're the freest, most incredible country that ever lived. But somehow, we're just drowning under debt. That doesn't sound very free to me. We have a healthcare system that can explode, blow up your entire savings account in one illness, one cancer diagnosis, one difficulty. That doesn't sound very free. That sounds the opposite of free, but we're told we're free. So it's the threat of the good example and et cetera. But